Welcome to Final Third TV. This is your Saturday morning dose of anti-Fletch Sav. This week we're going to discuss our favourite football games, video games. Yes, video games.
Football video games, games of football that are video games.
Rob Palmer and Connor Kelly. So who wants to go first for the game they played and what console?
I've got two.
In total?
No, well, I've got about 25,000, but I'll kick off with two.
Go.
And I've got to briefly mention a couple afterwards. But first one is Football Manager. Okay. Obviously, because like that is consumed, I think, literally on my Steam thing on the computer. I've got over 900 hours in Football Manager 2012, and I've got about 750 in Football Manager 2014. I buy them every 2 years because there's no point buying them every year, I don't think. But yeah, I've wasted over 2 months of my life on them two games alone, which is just nuts.
Is wasted the right word?
No, waste is not the right word. I mean, I've taken...
Invested,
yeah. I've taken... who have I taken? I've taken Scunthorpe from League 2 obscurity to Champions League level, and it's just unbelievable.
Well, put it this way, Balmy, you'll never have to do your coaching badges.
No, I won't, because I know everything.
You've ticked off all the boxes.
Currently, I'm on Tim Sherwood levels of managerial expertise. Yeah. No, it's an unbelievable game because it's like you can do you can play it like whatever way you want. You can play it as like a really in-depth sort of tactical simulator, and you can sit there and you can pine for hours over how to get the perfect how to defend a corner properly. Like literally, I've spent about 40 minutes setting up how to defend a corner sometimes.
I'm terrified of this game. That's why I don't play.
Yeah, same. I don't play this.
Like honestly, when I got it, I was like, oh, I won't get that involved in it. But literally, if you've got any spare time, you'll sit down and you'll be like, oh, I'll play one game, and then it's the next.
I wouldn't leave things a chance. I couldn't let backroom staff run things. I'd have to tell them what to do.
It's like the thing about 2012. No, the thing about 2014 actually. Football Manager 2014 is you have to leave everything to everybody else. You can't be a coach.
Alright, good.
But in 2015 you can be a coach. So of course it's like I've got a big thing about about my defensive record in Football Manager. Just I like to have it where I've scored 3 goals for every goal I concede. It's a weird obsession.
It's a good metric.
It is, yeah.
You're gonna win.
But, it's like so in 2015 when the demo came out, you could play for I think it was a month, and so I set myself up as a defensive coach, because I wouldn't let anybody else be my defensive. I wouldn't be because then if my team conceded a goal, it was my fault. It wasn't some randomly generated Dutch fella who I'd employed,
Okay.
And
it's damn foreign regens.
Oh, I know. It's a terrifying game because it's just you get down to the nitty gritty of everything. I remember in one of the games I was managing Sheffield United at the time, and I got fed up with it because they wouldn't give me any money. And I went to manage, I think, Villarreal then in Spain. And
because they would have given you loads.
Yeah, I know. It was the only job available at the time.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm talking in real life.
That's what I'm asking. Is there an element of realism in Football Manager, do you think?
There is, because you get so you actually, well, this might be me alone, but you get emotionally attached to certain players.
Yeah.
And you want to do it. I remember I bought this fella, he was some Turkish fella, he was a regen. Obviously he was fake, but I bought this Turkish fella, and he was he would always come to me moaning and saying oh, I just don't think I'm good enough to play here, and all this saying oh. I was like, no, you're brilliant. And he ended up playing 50 times for the club, and he scored 3 goals, and he was a striker. But I was just I can't sell him because he's so nice, and he's not real. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
It's nuts. But the thing that I was going to say there about when I went from Sheffield United to Villarreal was, you get attached to coaching staff as well. You're like, oh, I want to bring them with me, but then you look at their adaptability stat, which is how well they adapt to different cultures and all that kind of stuff, and how likely they are to get homesick. And you look at them, it's 4, and your assistant manager only got a 4 adaptability rating. It's
out of
20.
Oh, okay.
Everything's
all
out
right.
of 20.
No, that's
everything's out of 20.
Jesus.
Sorry. And then you're just I can't take you to Spain because you won't settle there. I'll have to sack you, and that'll just
bring you with me. And
then you go into the little profile, it says favourite personnel, and it's Rob Palmer, and then it's you've got such an emotional attachment here, and I can't bring you with me.
You feel like an employer delivering that
except for one that
you don't
cares
feel like an
about
employer. You feel like you're a dad or something. They're your little kids. It's like
you're putting your kid up for adoption.
It's when you move club and you have to leave coaching staff at that club. It's like someone going into you and go, oh, cut bits off your girlfriend. That's exactly what it's like. It's horrible. Jesus. But then briefly, the other game was This is Football 2002 specifically, because there was a button where you could deliberately foul and you could dive. Literally, you'd be running down the wing, and you just drop kick someone in the back of the head just to stop the break. It's fantastic. unbelievable.
Incredible.
It was a great game.
That's
That's me done, yeah, for the time being, anyway.
I've always got FIFA.
okay.
I'd say it was 2 years I didn't get FIFA. I think it was 2005 and 2006. But apart from that, I've got FIFA every year since 2001. So
Was
that
this
the-
this 2-year boycott? A political
I'll
thing?
come
or-
to that.
Oh,
FIFA
okay.
was at quite a low ebb.
Yeah, it was.
I will come to that.
Still at a quite low ebb if I make this on myself.
I haven't bought it in 3 years. I wouldn't know. Sorry, kind of going.
First console I played it on was PlayStation 1, and we for Christmas got the PlayStation 2 I think in 2003. So 2003 was my favourite FIFA for a long time anyway. But yeah, I'd say it probably still is. I don't know if I played it now I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much, but at the time,
03 cover was Edgar David's
Gigs.
Del Piero, am I
Yeah,
right in saying?
yeah, just
Unbelievable.
spectacular. The first one I got was 2001, which had Henri on the front, which was great
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
But
One of them had Sol Campbell.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like 99 or 2000.
Yeah.
Crazy
He's
times.
going to use that as his election campaign
Yeah.
poster, I think. Yeah.
That was
Solomon.
to appeal to to appeal to a younger generation. Cynical man. Yeah, the 2001 was the first one I got, but 2003 was great because it was the first one we had on PlayStation 2. So it was another level up, and I just spent so many hours playing. We played with Adam so many hours, and there was a particular game where Adam was, I think he was United, and with Dwight York, for some reason he just decided to get the R2 button. You used to be able to just turn around and like violently assault someone. Yeah. Adam just out of nowhere. I was running along the wing, or he was running along the wing with Dwight York, and he just stopped, just let the ball run away, turned behind, pressed R1, and elbowed me in the face. And he still laughs about that to this day.
Why not, I
Yeah.
guess.
So 2004, I stopped buying FIFA in 2005 and 2006 because one, I thought the game was at a very low ebb, and also I thought that Pro Evo at the time was better. So I would have got 2006 in Pro Evo, so I bought Pro Evo 2006, but then I think 2007 FIFA just went back up again. It just took over.
Was 2007 the game where literally the only way you could score was by running straight through on goal and just chipping the keeper every time he came out?
Yeah, pretty much.
So
But
bad.
that was a step up from what it had been the last maybe 2 or 3 years. And I remember the front cover of that game was Ronaldinho and Wayne Rooney.
Oh, that was when he started
Similar-
dominating every cover.
Yeah, similar talents, of course.
Oh, yeah, naturally.
Those three footballers, you know.
That was when Ronaldinho was the best player in the world, bar none. He was an incredible specimen at that point. But my second favourite game, I think, is probably FIFA 2011, and it's the last FIFA that's really innovated and changed the model of the game. I think that was the first one we got for Xbox, and that was spectacular. And I played that for years afterwards. It was
Abusing the
fantastic.
finesse shot button.
Yeah. That
That was
was.
the worst idea
That was
ever.
terrible.
Worst
Yeah.
idea ever.
But that was the first time. That was the first time I got that. Obviously, I played This Is Football as well.
What a game.
It's just a
What game.
great game. Like.
And another thing about this football was the best way to score was run to the byline, cross it in, and someone score a boicey inside.
Yeah.
So ridiculous. Like,
outrageous,
the AI
like.
in the game was so bad.
My problem with Pro Evo though was that the licensing with the teams that just bothered me so much. And no matter how many times my mates would tell me, "Oh, it's not a big issue," I was like, "Yes, it is." Like Arsenal are not.
a big issue.
What was it? London
Gunners.
London Gunners.
London
Jesus.
United were trad bricks. Which
It's funny.
Chelsea were like London Royal Blues.
Yeah.
Something like this.
It's just dreadful. Like
It's terrible. Like you get, but the thing was, they had some licenses for some leagues. Like that's
Yeah.
I think
they also have. I'm pretty sure they probably still have the Dutch team, because for a good period of time in FIFA, the Dutch team were just like a bunch of randomers. They didn't have any of the players, so you had to.
seriously.
Yeah. So you had to pick the squad yourself. I'm not sure why it was, and they had unlicensed kits as well. Like the Netherlands FA just didn't refuse to give them the license.
But was a lot of beef with the international teams that FIFA choose to include.
Yeah.
It's just really weirdly selected. Not even in all the big teams are here kind of way. There's just some really weird countries, and then they just won't have the others. They should have not every nation, obviously there's like 207 or something like that, but they should have a lot of them. I think they should.
Well,
have,
given the space that are on discs now, and given how small,
you should be spoiled for choice. You
Yeah.
should be able to have a gigantic World Cup. I mean, like all confederations in together or whatever. But
it's
like,
the way I look at it now is like, this is a bit of a nerdy thing to say, but like, if they can fit everything that they have on the PS4 edition of FIFA 16 onto the Xbox 360 disc or the PS3 disc, there should be no excuse for on the PS4 and the Xbox One to have all of the teams, all the international teams, because
you should be able to do Football Manager levels of play in terms
big
of
time.
being able to do all the leagues and being able to do all the different countries.
The example of that is Wales. Wales weren't on the game until Bale started.
Yeah, they actually weren't.
Yeah,
Not
of
even around
course.
Ireland.
Yeah. So
dear.
they've just been included as a token team so you can play with Gareth Bale. And
I could never get on board with Pro Evo. I only ever
Neither
played
could I.
2 football games really. I had the one that I told you off here with the Mega Drive, but I can't remember the name of it. It was hilariously bad, obviously. But I'd never get on board. I just thought Pro Evo was like an arcade game.
Yeah,
You
it
could
was, yeah.
shoot from anywhere and score. There was no defensive skill. Now, I've always been more into the defensive side of games.
Yeah.
Always. You build from the back. And FIFA, no matter, even at its lowest ebb, as we say, which for me personally was 07, 08, came back into the game in 09. That's the one Richard done on the front. Never forget. But no, I never liked Pro Evo. I thought you could score from anywhere. You just hit it. There was no skill involved. As long as you hit a certain amount of power on the shot, on the run, it
was gone in,
yeah. And you don't have these ridiculous scorelines as well. Like I told you, like we had a tournament in the area that I live, and the scorelines were ridiculous. Like they were like 8-7 or something. You're kind of like, there's no defending. You should just run at each other. It sounds like a lot of fun, but like I say, I like the defensive side of the game.
Yeah.
I like being able to block things, and I'm more of it. I always set a team up to counter attack.
Yeah.
Very, very rarely will I go into a game. I preach attacking football on the pod. That's what I want to see. But myself would always set up to play 5 at the back, 3 in midfield, and 2 up front as a partnership, and always look to counter through wing backs.
So on the pod,
Always.
Preach the beliefs of Pep Guardiola, but on
Yeah.
FIFA you preach the beliefs of Sam Allardyce.
Yeah.
I'd say Rafa.
Louis van Gaal.
Yeah, Rafa, maybe,
Louis van
yeah.
Gaal's Holland, maybe. It's
Yeah,
like
well, that's-
it's more.
that's
It's
more-
not. It's not that it's not proactive. It's just I tend to choose weaker teams anyway.
Yeah,
To try and build them, so they have to be. You've got to make them more than the sum of their parts. That's the challenge.
That was actually something I could never get behind in FIFA. I could never get the whole crack of a manager mode. Starting up and build like the way
I
you
like
would in Football
that.
Manager. I wouldn't be able to pick a small team and build up.
I had an unpleasant episode with that when.
I remember when we first met, when we first came onto the pod. When I first came onto the pod, I should say, you used to have this little copy.
Yeah.
You used to have
This
this
is
little copy,
unpleasant.
right?
This
I think it was...
This is why I can't play
was it
Football
Gamarish?
Manager. Academic.
Academic, yeah, it was Academic. And,
Notice how I know this as well.
Yeah.
and I remember I was like, Rob, can you read your notes before we start the podcast just to see what the crack is? And he was like, oh, what? Gave me his copy. So I flicked through the back of it and I was like, loads of results and like team names.
Goal
and all this.
scorers.
Goal scorers, goals scored, goals conceded, set pieces, and possession. And I was like, what is this? Are you doing like a case study on Portuguese football or something? And he was like, no, that's my FIFA manager mode. And I was like, you're a fucking weirdo.
I won the Champions League with 1 shot on target against Barcelona.
The way it should
That's
be done.
counter-attacking football. That is counter-attacking football. Budget of less than £1 million.
Yeah, I just got the
Champions
That's
League.
unreal. Like,
related. On a related note, I just got the new FIFA and started a season with Hamburg because I want to restore Hamburg to their previous glories. And
so they have a reason to keep that fucking clock.
yeah. I understand that sounds a bit hypocritical now, considering how much of a rant I went about on that earlier in the season. But yeah,
So funny.
with Hamburg, I've made the first season I banned the transfer window, so I can't make any signings. So I have to work with the players I have.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
I like that.
It turns out that they have a lot of bad players.
Yeah.
The only,
That's why wherever they are.
the only players that are enjoyable to play with are Aaron Hunt and Holtby.
Yeah.
Holtby.
Oh, Holtby's
Yeah,
great. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh, this is how bad.
He's being punished for some kind of sins in another life because he's a great guy, a really good player, and he's played with like clubs that just played for Fulham. They got relegated. Spurs didn't play him, and then because of Hamburg.
Another related tangent. Did you see that Richard Dunn quietly announced his retirement in the matchday program for the Ireland game? Yeah, he lives in France now with his kids.
Seriously.
Yeah, and his wife obviously as well.
Great servant.
Great servant. Yeah.
Really, really, really good player. But yeah, when it comes to video games, that's why I can't play Football Manager because of the notebook, because of how unhealthy it gets. But I love efficiency in football. That's what in my football. So when I watch it, I want to see proactive front foot football. But when I go, I want no shots on target for the opposition.
Yeah.
I want no bad tackles. I want all tackles to be clean. Minimum passes on the counter. And if you score with 1 shot on target,
you see,
that's what you want. And then when you go and play domestic games in Portugal, you cream the opposition. But if you're playing in the Luz, you beat Benfica 1-0. You stay 3 points clear of the league. You're going into Christmas.
So what you're saying?
That's what the fans
so what
want.
you're saying is your managerial philosophy is actually, dare I say it, Sir Alex Ferguson.
No, God, no. No, I'm not a big fan of man-to-man marking, and I didn't invent the 4-4-1-1. It's no, my system is always
Just efficiency.
Always the best efficiency ever, right? And
Yeah.
this is what my favourite FIFA moment. Hadn't bought FIFA for a few years. We were actually in Dublin at the time studying journalism. Went to a house party. This was Claire's apartment, and her boyfriend was like, "Oh yeah, I haven't been beaten since we moved into this apartment." And they played it all the time. It was deadly. He'd have cans. He used to play FIFA. And I said, "I haven't played in years. I'll give you a game." I go, one condition before we play though. In my house, we don't play pick teams. We play random teams. So you get best of 3. You press the X button. You don't press A
I like that.
to pick it. Because there's no point. Everyone just keeps picking the same teams with the same players. It's boring as hell. You ever play online FIFA?
Yeah, it's
It's the same thing.
PSG,
every
Barcelona,
time. Yeah.
that's it.
So we went random. I can't remember the exact teams. I think I might have got Nigeria. I just set up into a 5-3-2. I said, he's obviously good. We soak pressure, and I'll just hit him on the counter. So I took an early lead, which was a fluke. I wasn't attacking. I don't know what happened. We don't attack. But
we're allergic to that.
he went 2-1 up, and he was absolutely creaming me. At one point, you're throwing in these ridiculous blocks and stuff like that. He should have been way behind. One counter, end of the game. Long ball to the wing, run, pass into the middle, and instead of shooting first time, he slid across the block, waited, shot, straight in, 2-2, just dropped the control. Didn't win, but we spoiled. And that's what it's all about, kids. That's what it's all about, spoiling other people's fun.
You see, I played my first...
The 5-3-2.
My first game of this... My first game of pre-season with Hamburg, I played against Celtic. I dominated the ball and tried to play possession football and got hit 3 times on the counter. I was like, scrap that. We're not doing that anymore, lads. So we went to the Allianz Arena in the first game of the season with Bayern Munich. No, I'm speaking like this is a real thing.
Because it is real.
It has to be real.
We went to the Allianz Arena in the first game of the
I
season.
spent the entire week pretending I'm actually in the Commonwealth in Fallout 4, so I think we can safely say that thinking video games are real is okay. So.
Perception is greater than reality, yeah. But anyway, we went to the Allianz Arena, first game of the season. I set up with 5 at the back to spoil. I only lost 1-0. And I had no chances, but it was a respectable result for a team that's been just cobbled together.
With the Academica thing, the thing that caused me to go into a 5-3-2, first of all, is I didn't realise how poor they are. But I actually started with them because AVB. I read a book on AVB, and he started out Academica. That's why I wanted to do it. But we went and played Porto, and I was like, we'll give it a go. 4-2-3-1, which I consider, before the 5-3-2, I consider very defensive. Got absolutely thrashed. So it's just like, no, that's it. We're going. 5-4-1 is too negative. You need to have 2 up front.
I'll tell you about my formation after this.
What is...
My formation is 4-3-1.
You like that?
It's fucking great.
It doesn't give me enough control at the back.
No, it's like what I do
don't
is,
like it.
What I do is, you see, because I'm very Ancelotti.
3 centre halves.
I'm Ancelotti.
That's what you need.
No.
Letting players express themselves? I'm not having that. I'm not having it.
What I have is I have 2 centre backs who
Chapatone.
stay exactly where they are, and then I've got 2 attacking fullbacks who are essentially wingers. Then I've got
I like attacking fullbacks.
Yeah, attacking fullbacks are
because it's
brilliant.
safe and it's 1-on-1.
Exactly, and then I play a really high line, of course.
No.
And then
No,
I've lost
I can't.
Then I have in the midfield, I've got a ball-winning midfielder
Yes.
who basically just breaks everything up,
Yep.
and then I've got a deep-line playmaker who can join the attacks, and then I've got a trequartista in behind, basically a poacher, and I've got 2 inside forwards.
Okay. No, I like that. I do.
Yeah.
Just I don't like the high line because there's too much risk that if you're playing with poorer players, better players get in behind you. They're too quick.
Sweeper keeper I have.
Yeah, but your goalkeeper's shit.
Oh, yeah,
You're a
play
below
like that.
mid-table Portuguese side. It's not going to work. You're lucky if the guy can run. So, and then of course there's you ever see in FIFA where the game just decides you're going to lose.
Yeah.
So you have to negate all of those things if you can. You can't let crosses in. You cannot let the keeper do anything because they're going to let you score.
You're literally Moneyball. You're like just
That's exactly it though. You've got to cut out any chance that better players and better teams can beat you. And that for me, that's football philosophy in video games. That's why they're no fun. But you
I
dominate.
score the
everything.
opposition. That's what I'm like. I don't care how many chances they give up as long as I score more goals than them.
I
Couldn't
don't know
handle
what'll
it.
happen if anybody clicks on this video halfway through.
What's going on?
What are these sad bastards
So,
doing?
I don't think it's necessarily hypocritical to say I like attacking football. It's just I don't want to do it with my teams. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, I say it's academic. I'd say if I had Barcelona, I'd do the same. I just don't like the opposition scoring. I don't like it at all.
Well, to be fair, I don't like picking big teams. I prefer
No,
to play
no.
as a smaller club.
I don't understand why you would do it.
You sound like
Makes it
Rafa.
easy.
You
I
really
know,
sound like Rafa.
yeah. I always think more Mourinho, but it's very Rafa.
It's Mourinho
So
too, to
there
be
was
fair.
no chances.
Yeah.
The opposition.
But seriously, I mean, you play in a final. I always go back to it with the Champions League because I only won it once. Play in a final, win with the only shot on target, and completely just smother the opposition. I'm not even talking about they had all the ball, where you just smother them. Don't let them do anything with it.
I prefer to
You
be
won it
just
one
going, well,
time.
you tried to come at me and we destroyed you. So
Yeah, there you go.
that's what I do.
So anyway, it's deviated a little bit, but we've gone into tactics and a favourite approach to football. But let us know in the comment section below your favourite games first of all, and then I suppose you could let us know your tactical systems.
Yeah, do.
Since I've outed myself as a Rafa man. Subscribe to Final Third TV on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter at @the final_third, and thanks for watching.